Victor Black.
Victor Black.
Uncle Victor.
Victor Black Masterclasses.
Mr. Victor Black.
Virtual Victor, the safer use model.
Low versus high estrogen, symptoms, balance, and coaching context. Estrogen is not the enemy. Let's talk about low and high estrogen. Estrogen has developed a reputation as a bad hormone in males, but that's not accurate. Estrogen is not the problem. Imbalance is the problem. Most of the fear around estrogen comes from water retention, gynecomastia, and body fat accumulation. That fear often leads to aggressive use of aromatase inhibitors and SERMs, driving estrogen too low. When that happens, you lose not only muscle building benefits, but also critical health benefits. Reference ranges. Let's briefly talk reference ranges, not as rules, but as context. In males, testosterone roughly ranges from 300 to 1400 nanograms per deciliter. Estradiol typically ranges from 20 to 55 picograms per milliliter. In females, testosterone is much lower, around 50 to 100 nanograms per deciliter. Estradiol ranges widely, from 40 to over 200 picograms per milliliter. These ranges fluctuate, especially in females due to menstrual cycles. They are not optimal targets, just reference points. Hormones do not act in isolation. They function as a system. High testosterone usually means higher estrogen, and that is not inherently a bad thing. Signs of low estrogen. Low estrogen presents in ways many people don't expect. Common signs include fatigue and low energy, low serotonin, poor mood or mild depression, brain fog and forgetfulness. Sexual function can also suffer. Low estrogen may lead to reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, joint discomfort can appear, and some experience night sweats. Low estrogen also reduces protection against visceral fat accumulation, especially in high androgen environments. Estrogen, fat distribution, and health. Estrogen plays a protective role against visceral fat. When estrogen is too low relative to androgen exposure, visceral fat increases. This is often seen in long-term PED users with high androgen loads and suppressed estrogen. That central distended abdominal look is often not high estrogen, it's too little estrogen. This distinction matters for coaching and long-term health. Signs of high estrogen. Now let's look at high estrogen. In males, the most obvious sign is gynecomastia. Other possible signs include increased water retention, elevated blood pressure, anxiety or restlessness, sleep disruption. Estradiol increases alertness. Too much can push someone toward feeling anxious or overstimulated, especially when paired with high androgens. Appetite regulation can also be affected. Lower appetite in the off-season, higher appetite during prep. Both are undesirable outcomes. Estrogen versus androgens, the balance. One key point, many symptoms blamed on estrogen are actually caused by androgens. Androgens stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. So the question is not, is estrogen high? It's how does estrogen relate to androgen load? Balance determines outcomes, not absolute numbers. Subcutaneous versus visceral fat patterns. Estrogen influences where fat is stored. Higher estrogen relative to androgens shifts fat toward subcutaneous storage. This is the classic female pattern, hips and thighs. Less visceral fat, smaller waistline, higher androgens with lower estrogen shift fat toward visceral storage. Neither extreme is ideal. Optimal physique outcomes require balance between the two. Coaching takeaway. The takeaway is simple. Estrogen should not be feared. It should be managed intelligently. Too low creates fatigue, poor recovery, visceral fat gain, and mood issues. Too high can create water retention, sleep disruption, and appetite issues. The goal is balance, not suppression. Smart coaching means working with hormones not fighting them.
Victor Black.
Victor Black.
Uncle Victor.
Victor Black Masterclasses.
Mr. Victor Black.
Virtual Victor, the safer use model.